What's up, guys? I'm back with another one. So let's get into it. You know the fight. David Benavidez, Demetrius Andrade. David Benavidez stops Andrade in the sixth round to defend his title. And man, what can I say? I don't want to say this was unexpected, but I think in the fashion that he did it proved a lot. And I don't want to take anything away from Andrade. Man, he was fighting to the end. You know, he was taking a lot of punishment, but he still was fighting back. He showed a lot of heart in this loss. I didn't know a lot about Demetrius Andrade really too much. I mean, when he called out Canelo, it kind of put out his name out there. But I really enjoyed his energy. He waited a long time for this opportunity. I could see why a lot of people ducked him. I mean, he looked good for the first 3 rounds. It's just really strange, man. You could see that Demetrius had a very high skill level, and Benavides just, he's just a lot to deal with. I mean, he's a big guy. He took some shots in there, man, and just ate them for lunch. I understand Benavides is the bigger guy. He just handled that style very well. I think he learned something a lot too from his last fight with Caleb Plant. I had Demetrius winning the first 2 rounds. Let me see. I think I gave Benavides the second round, and I gave Demetrius Andrade the third. I'm not too sure. I don't have my scorecard on hand. Let's see here what I did here. Okay, so I gave David the first round. It was a tough round to score, and I gave Andrade the second. So I mean, the first round could have went either way, but I still gave it to Benavides. I think somewhere during the third, Andrade was doing good, landing lots of combos, but he was gonna, box and clinch, and Benavides just didn't allow that. He said, "Not today," and it really, that not allowing Andrade to clinch really changed the fight. You got to give Andrade credit. He went right at Benavides. He put the pressure from the very beginning of the bell. And I don't know if it was a smart decision. I think I don't know. If he would have been a little bit more patient, it would have just prolonged the outcome, because David Benavides' style is very difficult to deal with. As critical as I am of Benavides, sometimes he crosses his feet. He don't have the best footwork, him or his brother. So anytime they face boxers, I'm always like, I lean toward them having a tougher fight. But so far he's proven me wrong. Although in the Caleb Plant fight, I did have Caleb winning a lot of those early rounds, and Benavides, he's a machine, man. He don't get rattled. He doesn't slow down. He has patient madness. I don't know the best way to describe it, but it don't matter what you throw at the guy. He's just patient, taking it in, and when he turns on that machine, there's really nothing you could do to stop him. I mean, for example, as I said, the Caleb Plant fight, I had Caleb winning a lot of those early rounds. I think I had him winning at least the first 6, easy. But, all that don't mean anything if you can't hurt the guy and you're not rattling him. I mean, you don't have the best defense sometimes, the best footwork, but what Benavidez does well is he positions himself very well to throw his combinations and power shots, and he's not really bad in cutting off the ring, He'll stay right there with you. He doesn't care if you're scoring points, and he just takes it in and he just breaks his opponents down, I'm done betting against him, that's for sure. I bet against him in the Caleb Plant fight. I'm not gonna say that I expected Caleb Plant to win, but I like the odds, I was definitely leaning toward Plant, but I'm not naive to what Benavides could do. And in this fight, I thought about placing another bet because the styles and everything, but nah, I changed my mind, man. And like I said, I'm done betting against Benavides. He showed what he's made of. And hats off to Andrade. He waited a long time for this opportunity. He gave it his best, and he fought hard in there. He landed some great combos. He couldn't do enough to keep Benavides off him. I don't know if he didn't have the power to do it, or what the situation was, but either way, he did his best. I have nothing but respect for Andrade. Like I said, I really didn't know who he was until he called out Canelo. But again, I could see why he was avoided. A very good boxer, very skilled. But, he was beat by the better man tonight. And, it was an exciting fight while it lasted. I know toward the end there, the ref was looking to stop it, and I didn't feel like, I understand they have a job to do. They have to protect the fighter, and I totally understand that, but I felt like Andrade was doing enough. Even when he was getting dogged, he was still fighting back. And I remember saying, man, I hope the ref don't stop it. At least let his corner make that decision, So I'm glad that, it ended the way that it did. His corner made the decision to stop it. I understand that, but no credit taken away from Andrade. He fought his heart out tonight, and he was just beat by the better opponent tonight. Man, I think one of these rounds really surprised me. I think it was the 5th round. He was getting dogged on Andrade, and he was just still fighting back. And he showed nothing but heart tonight, but Benavides stayed composed. He didn't get rattled by the skill of Andrade, and he went out there and did what he's been doing to his opponents. And what happens next for Benavides? I really believe that he deserves the fight with Canelo now. I don't know if he'll get it. I think it was not a smart move by Canelo to not take the fight with Andrade when he had the opportunity. But, I'm hoping he'll give Benavides the chance. I don't like this fight with Munguia at all. Munguia is not really, he's undefeated, but he hasn't fought nobody. If any, you want to call, and I'm a Canelo fan, and I'm gonna call it how I see it, fanboy or not, you want to call Andrade a horrible fighter, but you're giving Munguia a shot. Who was more deserving, Munguia or Andrade, when Andrade asked for it? But that's neither here nor there. We know that that's in the past. Andrade took the chance to fight. They fought each other, Benavides, Andrade, two of the most avoided in the division, I'd say. And as of now, you know, I hope Canelo will give Benavidez his chance. I don't know, like I said, you know, Benavidez doesn't always have the best footwork. Canelo doesn't either, however, I think Canelo is a little bit better in that department than Benavidez, but it's probably a closer fight than what I would have thought before, you know? I could definitely see it being closer than I had previously anticipated. Let's get into the Charlo and Jose Benavidez fight. I've always been a fan of Charlo. You know, he was out for almost 3 years, which is crazy. He went out there tonight, did his thing. He didn't seem too pleased with his performance. However, I thought he did great. I only gave Benavidez 2 rounds in that fight. I could have maybe gave him the 12, but even that, you know, could have went either way. But however, I only gave Benavidez 2. Charlo did his thing. He kept that jab going. He kept it out in front all the fight, and he worked it beautifully. Everything was working off that jab tonight, and you know, Jose Benavidez was there to be hit. He stands too square. He don't have the best head movement, best defense. It's not to take any credit away from Charlo. He did his thing, did what he had to do against a tough fighter. You know, I might be a little critical of Jose Benavidez, but one thing about him, he's tough, you know, and he was just, to me, he was just standing too square. When he did get behind his jab a little more and angle his body a little bit more and not standing so square, he did all right. But he would always go back to standing square and just put himself in position for that jab all night. And Charlo used it to perfection. He worked everything off that jab and, you know, got a good win tonight. He needed a fight like that for after his layoff, you know. So I'm happy for Charlo. I'm happy for David Benavides, and you know, maybe we'll see them in the future. Who knows, you know? I think that would be a good fight, but I just think that, you know, as of now, David Benavides gives anybody problems. He seems to be getting more powerful with each fight. I see his power getting better and better. You know, not the most fundamentally sound, doesn't have the best footwork, but he lets off those combos, and sometimes you just gotta, like I say in previous videos, you gotta be who you are as a fighter and do what works for you sometimes, and that's what Benavidez does. And with his relentlessness and come forward style, that pressure, relentless pressure, he doesn't get he's mentally strong, you know what I mean? He don't get mentally rattled or anything. I think he gives anybody problems in this weight class, or just any opponents, period, you know. And it's crazy because he's still so young, and he's still got, he's got a lot to prove still in the game, and hopefully he'll continue to improve in some areas. There's always room for improvement. I hope he don't fall in love with his style and it stunts his growth as a fighter. I hope he'll continue to improve, and it's only going to be better for him in the future. So, man, that's all I got for now. You know, it was a good event. My hat's off to Andrade, to Benavides. I'm an Andrade fan now. I loved his energy going into the fight, even though I thought some of his press conferences were corny. He was just living in the moment and enjoying it, you know. He had waited for this moment for a long time. He tried, it came up short, but he'll be back to fight another day, that's for sure. And congratulations to Benavides. I hope he'll get that fight with Canelo that he's been after for some time now. And that's it, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, and I'm off to the next one. See you guys, and thank you for listening and interacting. And I appreciate all, you know, my listeners, and it keeps me motivated to keep doing these videos for you guys. You know, let's get some more interaction so I can start getting some interviews out here in Vegas, you know. And that's all I got for now, guys. I'm off to the next one.